How's it going, guys? This is Bomb Plow back for another video for Love Ribbon. Um, this is part 2, and I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. I quite liked what was shown in the first one, in the first episode, so let's continue, shall we? Okie dokie, so we left off where we asked her for smoothies, and she flat out rejected us. I was being very rude about it, so I'm gonna try again. I can't just leave it on that weird note. I go to Zoey's door. From outside, I can't hear the sound of anything moving, so I give the door a timid knock. No response. Maybe she didn't hear me the first time. I knock the door again, this time more firmly. Still no response, but she must be in there. She can't already be napping, can she? I should check on her, just to make sure she's alright. Hey, Zoey? Dot dot dot. Silence. This is getting weird. What could have happened? I have a responsibility to make sure she's okay, right? I cautiously turn the knob and slowly push open the door. You shouldn't do that. Zoey? Iris? Is that you? Okay, I thought something else would have happened. I open the door and see Zoey sitting up on her bed. Maybe try knocking next time, yeah? I'm sorry. I actually did try knocking, but you didn't respond. Oh, huh. I had my headphones on, so I guess I didn't hear. Oh, so that's it. Sorry, I got worried when I knocked and you didn't respond, so I thought I'd peek through the door to make sure you were okay. I didn't mean to invade your privacy. Anyway, what did you want? Huh? You knocked on my door for a reason, right? What do you want? Oh, I was just making sure you didn't need any help, like unpacking or anything, really. Nah, I'm good. Anything else? No, that's all I wanted to know. Okay. Zoe grabs her headphones and begins putting them on. Crap, maybe I should say something. Zoe? Huh? I'm glad we're living together. But she didn't tell her that. I know that we don't really know each other, and I hope it isn't weird for me to say this, but I hope we get to spend time together. You know, since we're sisters and roommates. And sorry I was so awkward before. Question mark. You know, in the hall, I actually just learned only a few hours ago that I even had a little sister. Dot 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 dot. Oh, she don't look too happy about that. Zoe doesn't answer, instead opting to slide her headphones on again. Apparently, I'm dismissed. She's very rude. I leave Zoe's room, making sure to close the door behind me. I lean against the wall of the hallway and begin taking deep breaths. Why am I so anxious? No, I shouldn't take it personally. She's probably just really tired from traveling. She did come from out of town, so she probably just needs some alone time to rest. I shouldn't judge Zoe's personality off a few short interactions. I'll probably have a chance to spend more time with her tomorrow. With that, I begin preparations for sleep. Beep, beep, beep. Groggily, I wake up in the next morning. Oh, wait. I wake up the next morning when my alarm goes off at 7 a.m. That's early, man. I hit the snooze button several times and doze until finally hauling myself out of bed. Ah, yawn. I go to the bathroom to get washed up and notice that one of the towels hanging there is already wet. Apparently Zoe already got her morning shower. By the time I emerge, nice one, guys, from the bathroom, Zoe is nowhere to be seen in the apartment. Zoe? No answer. After what happened yesterday, I'm not sure whether to feel disappointed or relieved. As I expected, homeroom on the first day is introductions and going over the school's conduct handbook. After homeroom, my next class is calculus. It's right next door, and I'm one of the first students to arrive. I take a seat near the door. Hi, nice to meet you again. Hi, Iris. The students trickle in one by one. and I say hello to the classmates I already know while offering a friendly nod to the new faces. Right as I'm about to take a seat, a familiar face pops in. My eyes widen as I realize it's Zoe's. She pokes her head around the corner of the door frame, as if unsure as to whether she's found the correct room, then steps through after confirming the number. Hi, Zoey. Huh? I'm so glad you came by to see me. What are you talking about? That that is why you're here, right? To say hello to your sister? I don't mean to hold you up. You should get to your next class. This is my next class. You're taking calculus? But I thought you were a second year student. This is the class that the assessment test placed me into. Wow, really? Zoe shrugs and walks into the room, scanning for an open seat. I pull out the chair next to me. You can sit here. Instead of sitting in a seat I pulled out, Zoe walks right past me and takes a seat at the other end of the room. She looks directly away from me towards the windows. Wow, did Irish just get stood up? How embarrassing. Though she looks like a really plain girl. If I were that girl, I might sit somewhere else too. Haha, that's so mean. You guys are fucking mean, man. But it is true. I hear the murmurs of students around me, reacting to my interaction with Zoe, and blood rushes to my face. Looking down shamefully, I clench my hands in my lap. Uh, why did I have to let my guard down like that? I'm thankful when the teacher finally calls the class to order. Quiet, everyone. Now, I have no intention of allowing the group classroom structure to devolve into social hour. I'm so sorry, guys. We'll be having assigned seating. The classroom's collective groan hits my ears. Everyone, get up and find your new seats. Oh, I look at the seating chart and suddenly realize that the new arrangement has me put my seat right next to Zoe's. I locate my seat and Zoe plops herself down next to me. Ah, whose idea of a cruel joke is this? It's good. It's a good joke. No, I can't be like that. Let's make an effort at least. I turn my head to smile at Zoe, but she avoids eye contact with me, instead looking towards the front of the room with a perpetually bored expression on her face. What should I do now? I have a feeling I'm gonna annoy her if I try talking to her. If I stay quiet, she'll probably not respect, but she probably would very much like that. But I'm aggressive. Hey, Zoe? No response. I, uh, I think it's really cool that you managed to place into calculus as a second year student. It must mean you're really smart and dedicated to your studies. Do you like math? Dot dot dot. Um, again, no reaction. I sighed dejectedly and opened my notebook. Apparently, Zoe intends to ignore me for the rest of the class. At least I tried. I try to focus on the teacher's lesson, but I can't stop thinking about Zoe. She's sitting right next to me, yet she seems completely oblivious to my existence. And not only do I have to spend the rest of the semester sitting next to her in calculus class, but we're living together in the same apartment? What have I gotten myself into? Quite a funny situation, is it not? After a long day at school, I gradually make my way home. In both hands, I'm carrying plastic bags filled with groceries, not to mention the school bag on my back. I'm back, I call out as I enter the apartment. The bags in either hand are placed on the counter, followed by my school bag. I then collapse on the nearest chair and close my eyes, exhausted from my trip. Normally, after the first day of school, I'm filled with excitement, but all I can feel now is the crushing anxiety of what will happen the next time I see Zoe. It seemed like she outright hated me in math class. There's no other way to interpret it, right? I sigh and close my eyes. Damn, where did I put it? Hmm. Hmm? My eyes shoot open as I hear a familiar voice. I had assumed Zoe wasn't home or perhaps otherwise engaged since my initial greeting didn't receive a response. Zoe? You're home? Why didn't you respond when I called out? I'm on my way out anyway. Don't pay me any mind. I'll be out of your hair soon. True to her words, Zoe appears to be getting ready to leave. Even though I only just returned myself, it's getting dark, so I can't see why she would choose to go out now of all times. I pull myself into my feet and face Zoe. You're going out now? That's what I said. But isn't it getting a bit late for that? It'll be dark soon. You don't want to be wandering around an unfamiliar city at night. You mean that you don't want to wander the city? Don't assume to know what I want. Well, okay, that's fair. But why would you go out at this time? I already bought some groceries to use for dinner, if that's what you were worried about. I'm not going shopping. Then where are you going? Give me a break. After that, she begins moving towards the door again. Wait! I take a step to the side so that I block her escape. She raises her eyes mutinously. It takes me several seconds to get my voice to work. You know, seeing as we both are up, I nearly cringe as I hear my own nervous voice. Why don't we study? Zoe opens her mouth to reply, then closes it again. For one shocking moment, I think she's actually going to consider my proposal. Then I realize she's only taken a deep breath to keep her temper in check. No. Zoe begins to brush past me in the hallway. I can't just let her leave. You can't. Can't what? Go outside right now. It's nighttime. So? Our school enforces a curfew. Any student found out past 10 o'clock is going to be in serious trouble. Even expulsion. At the mention of school, Zoe's eyes narrow. And say safety too. Just because we live on our own doesn't mean we can do whatever we want. Oh, oh boy. Eep. Whoa. Zoe grabs me by the shoulders and pushes me against the wall. She forceful. She's forceful and puts great strength into her hands. I'm not injured, but my heart is sent racing, both due to Zoe's proximity and the sudden shock of being thrown into something solid. Zoe, what are you? Shut up. What I choose to do is my business and nobody else's. You have no right to tell me what to do. Zoe's tone is cold and fierce. Her fingertips are sinking deep into my flesh, and I start to feel pain in my shoulders. Zoe, I'm not trying to be the bad guy here. I just don't want you to get yourself in trouble. If my actions get me in trouble, then that's my problem, not yours. But I'm your sister. I don't want to see you get hurt or anything. Zoe clenches her teeth. Don't give me that shit. Oh my god. Family friendly, please. You think a day of knowing one another and you think a day of knowing one another and some vague blood relation makes us sisters? Don't make me laugh. You're just a nosy little do-gooder who can't keep out of other people's business. No, I'm just trying to look out for you. By telling me how to live my life? Listen closely. I'm not going to be bossed around by some pampered little girl who thinks she's better than me. Take your ego and shove it. I want nothing to do with your holier than thou bullshit. I bit my lip as I forced back tears. I I don't think I'm better than you. Why would you say that? From the moment I first saw you, I thought you were an amazing person, a cool, independent woman who can take care of herself. Not only that, but you're attending Lilium High. Even though you're younger than me, you made it into this prestigious school. I'm not looking down on you in the slightest, Zoe, and I know this might sound strange since I'm supposed to be your older sister, but from the moment I laid eyes on you, I thought you were beautiful beyond compare. Dot dot dot. What what the hell am I saying? Zoe releases my shoulders and takes a step back. Her face is contorted in frustration and confusion as she tries to process what I've just told her. Oh, she's blushing. But rather than respond, Zoe turns around and heads towards the door. Just just stay out of my way, alright? I won't warn you again. Zoe slams the door shut behind her. I stand there, stunned before I breathe again, realizing I'm alone. Uh, why why did that? I just got told off on my little sister, and on top of that, she seems to hate me even more now, too. I wring my hands in front of me, still unmoving from where Zoe backed me up against the wall. What am I going to do? Obviously, the sign of having a cruel backstory. Can't wait to hear that. The next morning, I wake up sore, slumped over the desk in my room. I wonder where she went. Ah, My bedroom light is still on, and I'm still in my clothes from yesterday. Oh, that's right. I'd stayed up last night to try and catch Zoe when she came back home, but I must have fallen asleep before she got back. I quickly change out of my grungy clothes and grab a granola bar from the kitchen on my way out of the door. No time for breakfast today. As I hurry to school, thoughts of last night rush through my head. Okay, I can't believe I said those things to Zoe. What was I thinking, confronting her in the hallways like that? What was I hoping to accomplish? And then in the end, I tried to compliment her to defuse the situation, but that only seemed to make her more upset. I couldn't even stop her from leaving, so what was the point? Inside, I dread seeing Zoe during second period calculus, having to sit next to her all class after what happened last night. On the bright side, maybe this will be a chance for me to offer her a proper apology. She can't escape me when it comes to class, right? After the bell rings to signal the end of homeroom, I rush to calculus. I want to be here when Zoe arrives. I watch as the students file in one by one. As I wait for Zoe, gradually the other seats around me fill, until finally the teacher calls the class to order. Zoe's seat remains conspicuously empty. Oh no. Alright class, settle down. I'm going to pass around the attendance sheet, so be sure to sign it before you leave. The teacher begins this lesson, and I find myself continually checking the door, hoping to see Zoe stepping in. Several minutes pass, and I still see no sign of her. Eventually, the attendance sheet is passed to me. I locate my own name on the sheet and mark it off. I hesitate before passing the sheet on. I can see Zoe's name listed below on the paper. Ah, oh, mm, that's a tricky one. Oh, the teacher's gonna. I'm a nice person. I'm a nice person. Zoe might just be running late. I wouldn't want for her to get in trouble for missing class. Besides, it's just a small thing. I mark Zoe as being in attendance, then pass the attendance sheet to the next table of students. The rest of the day passes uneventfully. After my last class, I check around the sophomore classes to see if I can find Zoe. I don't see her anywhere. Maybe she went straight home? Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. There isn't any warm welcome after I rush back to the apartment at record speed. Not that I was expecting one, but Zoe is nowhere to be found. I try knocking on Zoe's bedroom door. No response. My phone rings. I look down at the screen and realize it's from Dad. Dad? Iris, where's Zoe? I don't know. I called her phone and she's not picking up. Can you go home to see if she's there? I'm home. I just checked her door, but she's not responding. She might still be at school. I can hear the sound of Dad sighing on the other end of the line. I just got a call from the school. Zoe didn't go to class today. Oh no. I thought this would be different, with her at a new school and living with you. What do you mean? This isn't the first time this has happened, you know? Zoe had these same problems at her old school. Iris, there's one thing that the school told me. Zoe was absent for all of her classes, except she was marked as in attendance for calculus class. They asked the teacher about it, and he doesn't remember Zoe being there. I know it's not a coincidence that the one class Zoe supposedly attended is the class that the two of you share together. Iris, I'm disappointed. I wanted you to be a positive example for Zoe, not encourage this kind of behavior. I know she's not going to start acting like an angel overnight, but the least you can do is try to keep her in line. I'm sorry, Dad. I'll try to keep an eye on her. I know you're not the one who's the problem. It's not fair to take this all out on you when Zoe's the one who's cutting class. I hope things improve, Iris. Me too, Dad. I hope things get better soon. Well, I guess that's all. I don't want to get another call like that from the school. Goodbye, Dad. He hangs up, cutting me off mid-sentence. I knew it was going to come back to bite me. I don't think I've ever heard Dad so angry. At least, he's never been that angry at me. Why is it my fault? Zoe misbehaves and I'm the one who gets scolded? I didn't even know I had a sister before now, and now I'm responsible for this unruly person? No, that's not right. Zoe is still younger than me, If I want to be an older sister, I do need to set a good example for her. But how am I even supposed to keep an eye on her? It's not like she tells me where she goes. Unless my eyes glance towards the narrow apartment hallway that contains our bedroom. I could look in her room. I'm the only one home at the moment, and it's not like it would be locked. No, no, it's wrong to do that. I can't. But it might give some clue to where she's been going during the day. What if she's doing something really shady? In spite of my misgivings, I soon find myself standing in front of Zoe's bedroom door. I place my hand on the doorknob, hesitating. I really shouldn't do this. Really. The last time I burst into Zoe's room unannounced, it ended up backfiring on me and she chewed me out for being rude. But after what happened yesterday, I think Zoe has lost the right to complain about me being rude, not showing up to school and then letting me get the flack for her cutting class. I twist the knob with a feeling of unease and push the door open. Oh boy, she's not there. Doesn't look like she decorated at all in here. Even the blankets are so plain looking. Hmm. I'm not sure when Zoe will be back, so it's best to do this quickly. Are we gonna investigate to see what she might be doing? Oh, I don't wanna. I'll try the bed. I approach the bed. These sheets are a cheap fleece material like the ones you'd get on an airplane flight, but they're soft to the touch. Oh, it looks like she makes her bed. I wonder if it was a requirement at the boarding school she went to. I guess it would be. Ack, don't get distracted. I'm on a mission. I decide to search the bed first. As I move the sheets down off the pillows, the smell of citrus jasmine shampoo along with a softer, more natural scent reaches my nose. My sister's scent? Whatever it is, it's rather pleasant. I find nothing underneath the pillows. Satisfied that I placed the pillows and sheets back into place convincingly enough, I crouch down on my knees to peek beneath the bed. Nothing. I stand up. My knees hurt a bit from kneeling on the floor in such a weird position. Now where do I look? I don't see anything in here. There's the desktop. I feel really bad now. Why am I even doing this? As I turn to leave, something on the table catches my eye. Colorful papers are sticking out from underneath. Zoe's textbook's on the table. Is it a class handout? I've already come this far. May as well. I pick up one of the sheets. It's a glossy flyer. Doris Tap, Monday Night Specials. Live music show featuring local talent. I glance over the other papers. Club Life, Whiskey Row, Entropy Club. Oh boy. Oh no. What? Why does she have flyers for bars? What the heck is this? It looks like she has a lot of them too. And one of them is even circled with marker around the date. My head is spinning. Is this what Zoe has been doing the last few nights? Going out to bars? Oh boy. Horrified, I spin to face the door. It's opening. Zoe is back. Roughly, I shove the flyers under the books. When I straighten, I find Zoe staring at me, her eyes wide. The shocked expression doesn't last long, however, as her eyes narrow to critical levels. What are you doing in my room? In your room? I echo her stupidly. Oh, right. I was going to see if you wanted to watch TV? If it was even possible, Zoe's eyes somehow narrow further. Why? I knot my hand in the bottom hem of my sweater, trying to keep my voice from sounding like a tightrope. Um, Something good might be on? Zoe turns me around first, and then presses her palms flat against my back. She pushes me from her room as I weakly protest. We don't even we don't even have to watch TV. We could study or something. I mean, good night, Iris. She practically hisses at me as she roughly closes the door in my face. I jump at the sound of it slamming. Phew, that was too close for comfort. But those flyers, I definitely saw something weird in there. Zoe isn't a bad girl, is she? That's not good. I do not like that. The next morning, Zoe isn't any friendlier. I mean, that's normal. We didn't talk much before, but this time the silence is heavy. Whenever I so much as move a finger, Zoe's eyes cut toward me with a distrustful and menacing glare. It's excruciatingly awkward to eat my breakfast. Zoe pushes her plate away when she finishes her meal. Oh, I can clean that up for you. If you think you can make me forget about you snooping through my room by being nice, forget it. I flinch at her biting remark. Ugh, I really wish I hadn't looked in her room now. I can't possibly ask her about the flyers either. Zoe turns her nose up at me, getting out of her seat and swiftly depositing the plate in the sink. Are you leaving? With a final parting glare, Zoe leaves through the front door. The cool surface of the dining room table collides with my head as I drop into it. I've really made a mess of things. After waiting a good 3 minutes so that Zoe can't glare at me for following her, I finally leave the apartment and make my way to school. I'm more than a little anxious as calculus approaches. Sitting through another round of sharp glares from my younger sister isn't exactly on top of my list of fun, but the situation resolves itself because Zoe White, Miss White, she's absent again? The teacher twists his mouth disapprovingly and shoots me a look before going back to attendance. I sink down into my chair. Why am I getting blamed for her ditching class? Though, even if I'm starting to get worried. Once school is over, I head out of the front entrance. I'm about to head home when I see a familiar tall figure walking away from the school gate. Zo! My mouth clams shut as she rapidly heads out of view. What the? Zoe isn't going the way home. In fact, she's walking the complete opposite direction. Why is she going that way? And what's more, if she was at school, why wasn't she in calculus? This is my chance to find out where she goes all day. I don't want to assume the worst about Zoe, but why on earth would she have those flyers in her room? She isn't meeting people at those bars, right? She isn't meeting men. After a quick mental battle, my feet take off after Zoe. Ooh, pretty. The background art is really pretty in this game. Phew, following people isn't easy. I've almost lost sight of her how many times now? And just by walking through the park, if I didn't know any better, I'd say she was intentionally trying to make following her impossible. Zoe zips down a path to the right, breaking out into a dash. I round a corner after her. Ack! My foot gets caught on a stray branch in the path. Grumpily, I pull a twig out of my sock. This is not my forte. Quietly, I sneak over to the path again. It's now devoid of anyone. Oh no, I lost her! Did she see me following her? How could she not? Uh. Besides, I'm being totally unfair. This could be all a huge coincidence. Ah! Out of reflex, I spin behind a tree. Zoe has just stepped out of a nearby bathroom, now fully changed into her casual clothing. She's also carrying a huge black bag over her shoulder. What's going on? She changed her clothes in a park bathroom? Zoe is moving swiftly through the park now and making her way for the exit. She's going towards the station. My fallback plan was to claim I was enjoying a stroll in the park if she saw me, but if she's getting on the subway, there's no way I can pretend that I'm not following her. I can't turn back now. I have to see what she's up to. She's up to no good. We gotta figure it out. I was barely able to get off at the same stop as Zoe, and now I've lost her altogether. I nervously glance at my surroundings, at the strange place Zoe had got off the subway for. Uh, this place is really scary. Uh, in the city. There's nothing but bars around here, and I can't even imagine what this place looks like later at night. Yeah, the background art for the last scene was so much detailed. This is just, it looks more like a comic, like really simple. There's nothing but bars around here. I can't even imagine what this place looks like later at night. Standing around in my school uniform, I really stick out like a sore thumb. I guess I should feel lucky it's not busy. But where did Zoe go? Wait, the name of the flyer that was circled. Was that tonight? Entropy Club. Which, to my luck, happens to be right in front of me. I step towards the Entropy Club. The barred doors and blackened windows don't allow a single glimpse of what's inside. My only indication that it's actually open for business is the music and smell. There's something so off-limits about this place, this entire street, really. Something that screams, you don't belong here. I must be insane. I followed my sister, snooped in her room, and now I'm about to go into a seedy bar looking for her? But I've come too far to just give up. I'll duck in, look for Zoey, and then get out before anyone sees anything. Ugh, now I'm muttering to myself in this dingy place. Let's get this over with. Oh god. The smell of acrid cigarette smoke overwhelms my senses as I soon enter the bar. I resist the urge to pull my shirt up over my nose. It's so dark in here that my eyes have to adjust before I can begin to find my way around. Everyone is facing away from the door, watching the stage. The bar is in a location further in, so I'm able to slip in unnoticed. I hug the back wall, scanning the bar for signs of Zoey when I see. Wow. No way! Is that Zoey? I had a feeling it was something like this. My eyes go wide as I see her up on a stage, guitar in hand. Yeah, 'cause she always has the guitar on her back. She's softly singing into the microphone and playing while doing so. No way. Rooted in place, I quietly listen as her song washes over the bar. I can't believe this beautiful song is coming from the same girl who seems to have a permanent scowl on her face. Zoe's smooth fingers glide along the guitar strings, playing it with a clearly practiced hand. Her voice is so warm, so soothing, that the bar and its few inhabitants fade around me. The lyrics ease along in the tandem with the strumming of her guitar. Her harsh clothing is such a contrast to the gentleness of the song that in a strange way it almost seems to make it sweeter. I continue to listen, enraptured as the girl I learned was my little sister only a few days ago captivates the small audience with her singing. Until all too soon, the song tapers off, my surroundings rebound to reality as Zoe preps for the next song. And I had it slightly animated too. That's nice. So Zoe comes to these places to sing. How could I be so stupid? I jumped to so many conclusions about Zoe and none of them were good. Guilt stabs into me. I timidly remove my eyes from the girl on stage. I'm the worst. No wonder she doesn't like me. Hey, little lady. Uh-oh. Huh? I look up, now aware of that someone is just dressing me. A man is next to me by the wall, leaning in towards me. How long has he been there for? You're a little young to be in this place, you know? The uniform? Or is that your kink? Heh. Oh, God. Ew. His breath stinks of alcohol. I hold back a gag as he advances closer, now leaning on the wall with his arm. Can I get you a drink? If you're not legal, I don't mind buying. No, thank you. Step away, creepo. The man leans in even more, and I take a step back. I'm trapped between him and the corner, between the wall and a large table. My heart starts to pound in my chest. Geez, relax. I'm obviously trying to do something nice for you. I flinch as the man's voice raises. My eyes dart around for an exit. He's got me pinned back here. Please leave me alone. Chill out. I'm just offering you a drink. The man sneers at me, but doesn't move away. In fact, he's moving even closer. Oh God, you're the one dressed like that in a bar. What do you think guys are gonna do, huh? Uh, on the verge of tears, I look down at my feet. I hear the man chuckle. Come on, just one drink. The man stumbles and harshly grabs my arm as he almost trips. Oh my God. I shut my eyes tight as I almost fall. The man's grip is like vice on my wrist as he tries to steady himself. Why did I come here? Why did I follow Zoe to this place? Is that what I deserve for thinking the worst of Zoe? Please, just leave me alone. Get the hell away from her. Oh, Zoe to the rescue. My eyes shoot open as a voice shouts through the suddenly very quiet bar. It's then that I finally register the lack of music. Up on the stage, Zoe is now standing up, looking right at us. Her eyes are dangerously focused, and her chest heaves in and out at a rapid pace. Zoe? Where? I said get away from her. What? What the hell? I was just talking to her. Zoe unhooks her guitar from the amp, resulting in an ear-stinging pitch throughout the bar. Oh, that's terrible. I'm warning you. Zoe grips her guitar like a bat as she hops off the stage, quickly advancing towards us. Now every eye in the bar is turned towards us, watching the spectacle. The man stumbles back as Zoe is almost on us. Whatever, crazy bitch. The man retreats, mumbling obscenities and throwing his arms into the air. That's what you get, you degenerate male. What in blazes are you doing? A short, red-faced man in a vest storms over. He's glaring daggers at Zoey, who stares back. Getting off stage and harassing my customers? Are you mental? I took a leap of faith letting you in here. I want you gone, now. Tch, whatever. This place blows. Let's go, Iris. Not daring to speak a word, I follow Zoey out of the bar. The squat man voices his outrage at us the entire trek out. Once we're a short ways from the bar, Zoey stops, turning to face me. My heart is pounding so fast from the encounter that I'm starting to shake a little. Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm just not used to that. It's probably a good thing that you're not. Now then, why are you following me, Iris? Irk. Zoe puts a hand on her hip, twisting her mouth into a scowl. I look away, not able to meet her accusatory gaze. I have to be honest. I have to be honest. You were coming home late, and then I found flyers for bars in your room. So you really were snooping around in my room. Irk. I was really worried. You've been missing classes, and I wasn't for sure if you'd gotten mixed up into something dangerous or not. But I'm the one who's in the wrong. I made some really bad assumptions about you. I'm really sorry. I hang my head. I don't want to. I don't know what else to say. Zoe probably really hates me now, and with good reason. I'm sorry I worried you. Huh? You are? I guess it did look suspicious coming out here. That's an understatement, but I'm not going to push it. Zoe shrugs. Truth be told, I'm not even totally sure what I'm doing. You're not? Whoa. Zoe shakes her head and then looks around. Listen, how about we get out of this place first? I nod in agreement. I lag behind Zoe as we walk, my eyes downcast. Zoe had changed back into her uniform in the park bathroom, stating the smell of cigarette smoke sticking to her the other clothes. Sticking Sticking to her other clothes was making her feel sick. I can't help but let out a heavy sigh. The day's events really wore me out. I guess that's to be expected. It's been a roller coaster of emotions all day. Here, you should sit down. Zoe lends me to a bench. I'm not physically tired, but I comply. Sitting on a bench doesn't sound so bad. The hall. To my surprise, Zoe sits down next to me too. I'm sorry I got you in trouble with that guy. You didn't get me in trouble. If I hadn't been there, that guy wouldn't have made you leave. The manager? That guy was a creep anyways. We sit in silence for a while. I collect my thoughts. Weirdly, the one on the forefront of my mind isn't having to crawl through strange bars or that weird guy, but instead the amazing feeling of seeing Zoe up on stage. Why are you smiling like that? You're weirding me out. I'm just so happy. I finally get to sit and talk to you like this, and on top of that, I found out you're an amazing singer. What? I'm not. I only sing because I couldn't get a gig by just doing guitar. I was really surprised. Your voice is so beautiful. Stop complimenting me. It's embarrassing. Miss Sundere. Zoe rubs the back of her neck, staring off into the park. She seems like she's going to say something, but then she stops, furrowing her brows. Then she moves to rise off the bench. Instinctively, I grab her wrist. Can we stay like this a little while longer? If we go back to the apartment, you're not going to hate me again, are you? Look, I don't hate you. Zoe stiffly crosses her arms, giving me a weak excuse, despite trying my best not to. I feel a scowl creeping up on my face. I don't. When I first learned about you and your life, you seemed like some totally pampered girl. That's, it's not your fault. I feel stupid for even being mad now. I just, Zoe trails off, looking anywhere but in my general direction. After a long silence, it seems Zoe isn't going to say anything more. I decide to assure her, well, now we can put it all behind us. But you really shouldn't be going to places like that. I need to make money. Money? What for? Zoe gestures to her guitar, which is leaning against the bench in the grass. I left all my equipment at school when I came here. I need money to buy good stuff, but more importantly, I'll get rusty if I don't play. I thought if I did a few free shows, the owner might overlook my age and pay me, but obviously that's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. Don't be. It's not a huge loss. But playing in bars? I thought it would be a good idea to play and make some money. You could have just told me. Would you really have accepted that I wanted to play in bars for money? I didn't want to risk you crying to Dad. I would have accepted that you wanted to play, Zoe. There's got to be other ways to do it. Your school doesn't have a music department for anything that's not classical. I don't want to disturb people in our apartment by practicing there either. But there's got to be a better way than this. If I wanted to, I could fall in love with some kids who are just doing it as a hobby, but that doesn't really solve my money problem. If I and I have nowhere to earn legitimately. I have nowhere to earn. Get used to this, guys. It's gonna be a long ride. And I have nowhere to earn legitimately because I'm not old enough. I just blew my shot with that one guy CD enough to let me play. I'll have to waste the next 2 years just doing nothing. Zoe was so stressed out that she'd go to these lengths. Making up my mind, I turned to face Zoe. Zoe, I'll help you. You will? Of course. What are sisters for, after all? Zoe stares at me, at a loss for words. I can't help but chuckle at how silly she's being. Of course I'll help her. We can start up a club at school. Maybe I can join too, as a manager or something. It'll be so much fun. You'll let me use your name on applications? Huh? Oh, thank you, Iris. I'm so sorry I judged you. Before I can protest, Zoe gives me the most radiant smile I've ever seen. Then, if it couldn't get any more amazing, Zoe wraps her arms around me in a hug. Applications? You can only play in most of these places if you're old enough. With your name, I'll be able to pass the background screening no problem. Um, I might even be able to get in with a band. That would be some seriously good luck. Zoe mutters her future plans as I wait for my head to stop spinning from the contact of her warm, gentle hug. Ugh, am I really this starved for affection? And more importantly, what did I just agree to? Nice, we finally got some alone time with her. And that's where I'm going to end the episode for today, guys. Um, Quite the long episode, but I think it's how I'm going to start doing this series. I think it fits it better, these long episodes. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.